Fourth grade lesson 7.7 is add and subtract mixed numbers. Our essential question is how can you add and subtract mixed numbers with like denominators? So we're still dealing with same denominators, and that's good. After a party, there were 1 4/6 quesadillas left on one tray and 2 3/6 quesadillas left on another tray. How many quesadillas were left? What operation would we use? Well, we have this amount here, and then we have another amount here, and we want to know how much in total there were. So the operation we would use would be addition. You're right, add. And we'll come back to this question in just a moment. Let's take a look and we'll add the mixed numbers. We'll add the fractional parts first. We do this just like we do the adding the ones column first before we do the tens column, because there might be some carryover, and that comes back to this question. So we're going to add our fractional parts first, and we can set them up this way: 1 4/6 for this one, and 2 3/6 for this one. Start over here. We have 4/6 plus 3/6. That's 4, 5, 6, 7 sixths. We haven't done the whole numbers yet, but take a look here, you guys. That's an improper fraction. That means we have more than one here. And just so you can see that part, they've modeled it here: 4/6 plus 3/6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 6. It's more than one, right? We get one whole with 1 out of the 6 left over. So the answer to this question is yes, it is more than one, the addition of the fractional part. Now they go on to step 2. I would normally, and you'll probably get in the habit of doing this too, deal with this as a carryover, but we'll talk about that later. Step 2 says add the whole number parts, the whole number 1 and the whole number 2 together. We have a whole number part, this is the modeled part, 1, and then we have the 2 for a total of 3 whole number parts. 1 plus 2 is 3. Then we just rename this fraction. We know that 6/6 is 1, right? So they've put it here. We have the 3 total. Then we have the 6/6 out of the 7/6, which is 1. And if we took 6 out of that, there would be 1/6 left. So now we have 3 plus 1 is 4. And the 1/6 that was left is that. So 4 and 1/6. The model shows a total of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1/6 left over. So there are 4 whole quesadillas and 1/6 of another quesadilla left over. Let's look at another example. What if we're subtracting mixed numbers? Alejandro had 3 4/6 quesadillas, but his family ate 2 3/6 of the quesadillas. How many quesadillas are left? So we have the starting amount, 3 4/6, and we're taking from it, because they ate it, 2 3/6. They ask us first to shade the model 3 full with 4/6. We'll do that. So I have shaded 1, 2, 3, and 4/6. Now they say cross out 2 3/6 of the model to show the subtraction. So I'm crossing off 1 whole, 2 whole, and 1, 2, 3/6 of the model that's shaded. And what was I left with? I was left with 1 whole and then 1 out of the 6. 1 whole and 1 out of the 6. Here is the calculation. Subtract the fractional part of the mixed number first. We always start with that fractional side in case we run into an issue with borrowing. That will happen later. 4/6 minus 3/6. If I have 4/6 and I want to take 3/6 away, 4 minus 3, I'm going to be left with 1/6. Now I can go over here. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 and 1/6. So there is 1 and 1/6 of the quesadilla left. Let's look at the share and show, and make sure you do these in the correct order. It will matter, maybe not in this lesson, but later when you're dealing with other numbers. We have 1 and 1/6. They want the sum, that's addition. And 3 3/6 added together. We're going to add the fractions first. They have it really split out for us. We'll do it their way like that, really split out for us. The fractions are 1/6 plus 3/6, and the whole numbers are 1 plus 3. We always go to the far end first, fractions first in case there's some spillover. 1/6 plus 3/6, that's 1 plus 3 is 4/6. Now the whole numbers, 1 plus 3 is 4, for a total of 4 and 4/6. Let's look at this next one. We have 1 and 4/5 plus 7 and 2/5. Do the fractions first. This is 4/5 plus 2/5. That's 4, 5, 6/5. And before we even do anything more, let's notice here, improper fraction, big number on top of small number. So there's more than one here. I have 5/5 makes 1, and then 1 more fifth makes 6/5. So I'm going to rewrite that and borrow just like I do in regular addition. Carry over. I'm going to carry over like I do. So I'm going to take that 5/5 out of there so that I'm only left with 1/5. That 5/5 is 1 whole, so I'm just going to put it up here. Carry it over, right? Just like we do. We know that, we understand that concept of carryover. So we're just going to keep using that concept. Just recognizing that I had 5/5 and then 1 extra one. So that's where I'm at now. Now I do 7 plus 1, which is 8. That would have gone here, but we carried over for the 9, 9, and 1/5. I hope that made sense to you, okay. We have 2 and 1/2 added to 3 and 1/2. Start with your fractions just in case there's carryover like there was over here. 1/2 plus 1/2 is 2 halves, right? Oh, but you guys, oopsie, that's not thirds. 2 halves. 2 halves is a full, right? So let's just carry it over to 1 whole. And I don't have to put 0 halves. There's no such thing as 0 halves. So I'm just going to leave it. There's no fractional part. It's all whole parts. Now I just add it all together. 1 plus 2 plus 3. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 3 is 6. The answer is 6. And just like in addition, for subtraction, we're going to start over here too, because we need to know if there's something we need to borrow. In regular subtraction, we borrow. In fractions, you can borrow too. In this lesson, they don't do the borrowing, so it's not going to show up here, but in the next lesson, it will. So we want to make sure we follow the pattern of doing the fractions first. So we have 3 and 7/12 minus 2 and 5/12. Do the fractions first. 7/12 minus 5/12. Well, 7 minus 5 is 2. 12ths, and then the whole numbers 3 minus 2 is 1. There's your answer. Again, start with your fractions. 2/3 minus 1/3. Well, 2 minus 1 is 1, so I will have 1/3. And 4 minus 3 is 1. There's your answer. 9/10, we have 6 and 9/10 minus 3 and 7/10. 9/10 minus 7/10 is 2/10 because 9 minus 7 is 2. Now your whole number, 6 minus 3 is 3. And there's your answer. The subtraction for this lesson should be pretty easy. The addition for this lesson, we've got to watch out for the carryover. The subtraction for the next lesson introduces the borrowing when you need to. If you're understanding this just fine, you can go ahead and go on Think Central and see how you do. If you're not, I'm going to go ahead and do a few more practice ones with you on the video, so maybe that will help click things into place. Okay, this first one is an addition, 7 and 4/6 plus 4 and 3/6. We have 4/6 plus 3/6. 4 plus 3 is 7/6. Notice that improper fraction there, so it's more than 1. 6/6 would be 1. So if I take that 6/6 out of there, I would just have 1/6 left. Scribble, scribble. I carried it over. 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus 4 more, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 and 1/6. That's the carryover part of it. 8 and 1/3 plus 3 and 2/3. 1/3 plus 2/3. 1 plus 2 is 3. That is 3/3. And what do you know about 3/3? That is 1 whole. And that's everything. Then just add your whole numbers with your carryover. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is your answer. Let's do 4/8 plus 5/8, the fractions first. 4 plus 5 is 9. So we have 9/8. Flag goes up like, oh, that's an improper fraction. 8/8 would be 1, so let's take that 8/8 out and carry it over to a whole number side. That's going to leave us with 1/8 left if we took that 8/8 out of there. And then we'll have the 5 plus 3, which is 8, plus the carryover of that whole amount, 9. Hopefully that's starting to come together now. And one more just to see, we have 5/12 plus 2/12. Well, 5 plus 2 is 7, so 7/12. That's already a proper fraction. I don't have a whole there, that's still a fraction. So then just go add my whole numbers. 3 plus 4 is 7. There's the addition ones. Now to find the difference, that is subtraction. Start in your fraction side. 7/8 minus 3/8. Well, 7 minus 3 is 4. And 5 minus 2 is 3. You may want to start doing some pausing and trying and then playing again to make sure you're getting it and know exactly where you might get stuck. 5 and 7/12 minus 4 and 1/12. Well, 7 minus 1 is 6. So 6/12, and 5 minus 4 is 1. There's the answer to that. 3 and 5/10 minus 1 and 3/10. Start with your fractions. 5 minus 3 is 2/10. And 3 minus 1 is 2. Go ahead and do this one real quick. Pause and play. 7 and 3/4 minus 2 and 2/4. 3/4 minus 2/4 is 1/4. 3 minus 2 is 1. And 7 minus 2 is 5. And that's it. You're probably ready to go on Think Central now. If you need additional help, just let me know.